Here we are.
Oh.
All right, guys. Well, welcome back to Content Complete Presents Adventure Complete, featuring myself, Spencer, and my friend Matt with NeanderthalGamingTV. We got Fist Cake over here, and today Adam has brought forth his own homebrew game called D.A.B, Dystopias and Badasses. He's going to be running it, and Adam, take it away.
Sure. So it's called Dystopias and Badasses, so D.A.B. The setting for the game is sort of a post-apocalyptic cyberpunk Austin. The setting for it is that in the year 2012, Austin, Texas was bombed. Those left sort of rebuilt around and within the craters left by the explosives. These large-scale rad scrubber machines were brought in by the wealthy to keep the city free from radiation. But outside the city limits lay vast wastelands where only the very brave or very stupid dare to venture. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and introduce the three characters here.
Quick thing, I called dibs on being dystopia. You guys can be badasses, but I want to be dystopia.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I was going to be but I got you.
No, you can't do that.
You want to start us off this cake?
Sure, I am playing as Rex King, the most, kingly name in the history of names. Let's see here. Basically, he's kind of like your average mercenary guy that's rough and tough around the edges, had a rough life growing up, but he doesn't really believe in true good and true bad. He believes in the gray area that is life. And he lost an eye trying to venture out into the brave new world, and now he's basically taking whatever jobs he can to pay back his dad for buying him a new eye, since he lost to being a stupid kid. And he likes to shoot things. Okay.
You shot his eye out.
You're going to shoot your own eye out,
post-apocalyptic, the kid from A Christmas Story?
Shit, you caught me. That's actually my backstory.
Welcome to Film Theory.
Stream. It's a theory. A stream
theory.
All right, Matt, you want to go first?
No, you go ahead, dude.
Okay. My character is Quark Masterson.
Oh, boy.
He is a salvager and scrapper, and he owns a little supply store called Masterworks Supply. He's a little bit of an eccentric, but he likes to tinker with stuff and find new and interesting stuff, especially old world things, and trying to put kind of electronics and mechanic stuff back together again. Cool. And he most likely either lives out or visits the surrounding crater towns of Austin quite often.
I see, to kind of pick up more scrap and stuff.
About where would you say this scrap store is? So there's two places that it might be. One is Crater Beta, which is one of the craters left behind by the explosions. People have sort of rebuilt within it in sort of a tiered system. So there's 7 levels inside this crater where there's shops and things like that. And then there's also a warehouse district, which is a little lower rent, a little more space. But where would you put your scrap store?
It would probably be in warehouse district because I want as much space as possible, and I want a low overhead. And so I'm probably one of the only shops, or it's not even really a shop. It's just I'm a guy you go to if you want some just things. Bits of metal, or a door from a car or something like that.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Do you make LARP armor in there?
Yeah, or real armor. And
Sick.
I want to add I have a mech suit that I've been working on for a long time, but I can't get it to work. It's missing some pieces or something. But I'm the type that wants to figure things out, and so I don't have the booklet ready, but I've just been working on it for years, trying to find the last couple of pieces.
That's pretty rad. All right. And Matt, what's your character?
My character's name is Sly Roosevelt, and he is a trick shot artist. That's how I make my money.
He's a performer.
I'm a performer.
He's like Buffalo Bill.
I am like Buffalo Bill.
Really leaning into the Texas aesthetic. I like it.
That's pretty good.
I'm kind of a drifter, I walk alone. But I'm personable, He's not mean, he's just hey, I'm going to do this, and then, you pay me, and then I'll get some drinks. He's really just, his throat is always dry. He's an alcoholic.
Okay. Gotcha.
Is there like a particular place that Sly would often go to perform his art, considering that it involves shooting guns?
Any show, like a circus, entertainment.
Like a stage area or something?
And
I was just asking, just so, if there's a particular part of the town that Adam would think that there would be for it.
Let's see, probably. So I always think of this like Crater District as almost like a giant open mall. So there's probably like little stage areas set up with people in it. If you were booking out your own places, you might play in the warehouse district somewhere, or if there was like, I don't know, like a particularly snotty New Austin resident, which is sort of the rebuilt skyscraper area of the city is called New Austin, who wanted some of the rabble to come entertain them and their friends. You might get in up there somewhere, but yeah, it just depends.
Nice. Yep. I'm just like, whoever will hire me.
Cool. Whoever's got an open bar. And ready to perform. So speaking of bars and adventures that begin in them, this one does because I had a stroke of genius individuality and decided, hey, we could have this all start out in a bar.
Oh, really?
So,
That's never happened before.
I've never heard that.
A bar?
Mostly it's taverns, but bars. That's interesting.
But it's a future bar that's covered in neon. So,
Ooh, yeah, I like
special.
the
Like a future saloon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this place, and we have the map. Is there a way we can get that on the stream, or?
Yeah, Mac can screen region it.
Okay, cool. So you'll see it when it pops up. It might be kind of hard to read because it's all handwritten, but the name of the place is Mama J's Dive, situated on level 3 of Crater Beta. This is a busy but not obnoxious bar where the lower middle class comes to see and be seen. A woman sings old crooner tunes in the corner. A bartender serves drinks with his arm clicking loudly every time it moves. A boy sits in the corner engrossed in an augmented reality headset. And a loud, braggadocious old man downs drinks he bought for him by as many hangers-on listeners and sort of like people that are going to retell these stories later when they go home to their families. The place is all metal and neon, the bright colored light giving way to dark, smoky corners. While most folks come here to tie one on, you're here looking for work. And so the three of you, your profession, well, I guess what you would call bounty hunters are called runners in this universe. So anyone that needs like a favor, something they don't have the muscle to do themselves, are looking for people called runners.
Okay.
Nice.
No, I'm just doing it for the scrap.
Yeah, straight up scrap.
And so I've described sort of 4 people here who look open to conversation, but there's a woman singing who's just about to go on break, the bartender, the kid in the corner with the headset, and when I say kid, I mean like 17, and then this old man who's sort of yelling at a bunch of people in the middle of the bar. But what would you be doing in this bar?
Okay, as old Rex here, since he's
How old
pretty
is
much,
Rex?
Rex is, I would say, probably like mid-20s. I'd say like 25 or 26. We'll just call him 26. And he kind of like has been frequently in the place because he likes to go around and just like explore areas anyways. So I'm sure he's like a frequent diver into the old Mama J's Dive. So I think he's going to just saunter up to the bar and just ask for... Yeah. with his chaps and everything, No, so he's gonna go up to the bar. He's like, "Hey, give me a double whiskey on ice, please."
Click, click, click. Sure thing, partner. And so the bartender heads back and grabs a bottle from the shelf and goes, "As well, okay."
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not very picky. Just whatever does the job.
He takes the bottle and then a glass out of it's like a weird white box, like the kind where you would put your goggles in it to sanitize them in a science classroom.
Oh, okay.
It looks like one of those that's been repurposed to like sanitize glasses in this place. So he pulls one out, fills it with a whiskey, and then sets it down in front of you and goes, "That'll be 8 credits because it's not dollars, it's credits."
Nice.
I'll slap down 10 credits and say, keep the change.
Wait, is it a physical item or is it like a card?
Yeah, I guess that's a good question.
Or is that 10 credits sounds reasonable. I like the. I think you have sort of like a. I don't know if you guys can notice, but I haven't thought out this universe.
Well, I have a suggestion as like a world building thing. Credits could be a catch-all term for particular like little what do you call them, like curios that are often found, like little bits of aluminum or something like that have just like a stamp on them, or like a
sure
that have been processed with like embossed or something like that in like a little machine. And it's just what they happen to use as like a currency, and they just call it credit because it's what other name for it?
Kind of like bottle caps, I guess.
So yeah, you've got physical credit, and then let's say you also like if you have like some kind of cybernetic or like a personal digital item, you can like swipe money to people on it if they also have a cybernetic thing. So you can transfer credits digitally, but only if you want people to know that you've got something that I don't know. So you slam down 10 credits.
Only rich people have that shit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he reaches out his arm, which sort of clicks at every sort of movement of it, and he sweeps your change into like a little pouch that he wears. And he goes, "Thank you kindly," and sort of moves back on down the bar to help the next person.
And I just want to confirm, because we're setting this stuff up, so I didn't hear your entire explanation. We're in Crater Beta, right?
Yeah, this is a Crater Beta. So if you can see now on the stream, the crater here, and then Mama J's is kind of marked on there as being higher up. I think earlier I said there were 7 levels, so it's in the upper half of it. But
gotcha. Cool. All right, and which people were in the bar? Like, did you specify who it was that might look open to speaking or talking about like a run?
Yeah, so there's the bartender who, I mean, none of these people have really approached you, but the people I've described so far are the bartender, the old man, the sort of kid with the headset, and the crooner in the corner.
Gotcha. And I was trying to say before you walked away, I was going to ask the bartender if he knew of any hot leads for a job or something.
Cool. We'll retcon that, and you're talking to the bartender now.
All
right. So he sort of like leans forward on the arm, which continues to click forward, and he goes, "Well, we had a bunch of snot-nosed New Austin kids in here the other night that came in and, just broke a bunch of my stuff. All these tables I spend my days salvaging and keeping up, and they came in and smashed a good number of them and drove out a couple of my patrons. And as you can tell, I'm not in as much fighting shape as I might have once been, but these little punks come in here and think they own the world, and so he's and I don't, it's a civilization. You can't just be going around killing kids, but I think someone ought to go teach those punks a lesson."
Okay. Do you think they'll come back tonight, or do you know where they went to?
Well, I assumed from their dress and their manner of respecting elders and whatnot that they weren't from around the crater or the warehouse district, so I'd say they're probably some New Austin yuppies, but...
New Austin's a big place, too. Let me pour over this drink and think about it for a minute. If you have what were you thinking, how much to get rid of these New Austin assholes?
Well, I mean, I don't have much by the way of money, but I could keep you in free drinks for a while. Your friend over there looks, and he notices Sly eyeing some bottles of alcohol, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Looks like he could use a stiff one now and again.
Yeah, actually, hold on one second. Hey, Sly, what do you want to drink? Two
of the alcohols.
Do you have what is it, Everclear alcohol? I think he just drinks that now, I'm pretty sure.
He pulls out a bottle and it says ethanol on it, and then it's been sort of like scratched out except for the E, and then Everclear has been written above it. he dumps out like a good portion of it into a mug. And the mug says "World's Best Grandpa" on it, and part of the handle is just sheared off, so you have to hold it by the actual mug itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would push that towards you and says, "Now, if we're okay with doing business together, then perhaps we can start putting these on the house."
And I just chugged that shit.
Well, I guess.
Oh, that burns. It burns.
Great. Thanks, Sly. Okay, yeah, I guess we're gonna be doing business now. That's fine.
No,
I hate those New Austin people anyway, so I'm more than happy to teach a bunch of kids lessons.
Adam,
yep.
do we? Well, sorry, I didn't mean to completely cut off, but do we know the name of the bartender? Because I'm assuming that my character comes here often.
Well, you haven't asked yet.
Okay.
But if you come here often, you would know his name is William Ing, but most people here just call him Clicks because of his arm.
All right. And what about that kid?
The kid you would actually see around, you know his dad. His dad works in a scrap shop. You could call them a rival or you could call him just a friend, but he works in the warehouse district as well at a place called Sloan's Scrap and Cyber. And this is his kid, who you've seen once or twice, but not. You've never talked to him before.
I never talked to him. Okay. All right. Cool.
Gotcha.
Cool. All right. So I walk up to the bar and approach Clinks. And I'm like, "Hey, Clinks, I heard about that."
It's Clicks.
Oh, sorry, Clicks. Sorry. hey, Clicks. I heard about those yuppies coming in here and breaking a lot of your scrap. I got some back at the warehouse. If you want me to put something together for you, I mean, you've always done me good, and I really like to teach those kids a lesson.
Oh man, Clicks would really like that. Goes, oh, that'd be mighty kind of you, Quark. You're Quark, right?
Yeah, I'm Quark. Yeah.
Clinky,
Quark.
clinky,
Do you have like
clink.
do people call you Quark?
Yeah, they just call me Quark.
Q? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my place is called Masterworks, but yeah, I'm just Quark.
Okay. Well, thanks, Quark. I sure appreciate that. As you can see, we're running low on tables because I had to, get some of those rusty bits out of here. But that'd sure be nice of you, and I'd be willing to. Well, I don't have much. I haven't bought new tables yet because I can't, but I've got some money put away.
All right. Well, like we always do, drinks and favors. That's how we run this town.
Sure do. And you and I both know that because of our shared history of you coming in here all the time.
As we all know. I guess I think in order for us three to be working together, I just kind of came up with a quick little backstory since it kind of makes sense that I'm an explorer. I go around and I check stuff out and whatnot. And I usually take it to Quark to see if it's worth anything or if he wants it. And I believe that since Matt's the trick shot guy, he probably needs gun repairs occasionally and whatnot. And Quark is kind of like our middleman. But
okay.
Me and Sly, we see kind of eye to eye, but I see him oh well, he's not a real a sharpshooter or whatnot. He's just mostly does his stuff for tricks, but he is okay with a gun, So I think we have
it's gonna be
I think there's gonna be some kind of I think it's gonna be not a rivalry, but
Listen, King, I could shoot you under the table.
Yeah, I know. Just keep drinking your drinks. That's fine. I got you, friend.
Someone give me a mirror. I'll do the shit behind.
Yeah, I wanted to add to that and say that some of the targets that Sly uses might be bits of scrap put together that I supply him for usage.
There we go. Okay. I feel that just makes sense since we're not just three people walking into a bar together randomly.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
We have a storied history and shit.
Let's go. Of our shared history that we all totally knew about the entire time.
Exactly. Cool. So added to your quest log is finding Clix's ruffians and roughing them up a little bit, or doing whatever you want. But he'd prefer it if you scared him away from ever coming back to Mama J's ever again.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right. So, you said that Sloan's Scrap and Cybernetics is that what it's called?
Yeah, Sloan, Scrap, and Cyber. So the SS and C.
SS&C. And he's kind of a slight rival. Probably is. I mean, I probably only consider him a rival. He's probably like much higher quality than I am because I don't have a lot of cyber probably. But would you say that he lives in Crater Beta, or is he the type that owns a shop here but possibly makes a bit more money and resides in New Austin?
He lives in the warehouse district, so he's got his shop there, and his family, I think, lives above it, probably.
Okay. I was asking because I was like, oh, well, maybe I could talk to the kid and find out a bit more about the New Austin area, but nope.
Yeah, I mean, he might know something, but he lives in the warehouse district. He's got a pretty decent looking headset there, so they might be into some money, but they live there and they work there.
Gotcha. I approached the kid and sit down in front of him and kind of do like a little wave to make sure he can see and hear me because he's probably listening to something or something like that.
Yeah. He goes, oh, hey, I think I've seen you before. I'm Ichiro, and I'm Sloan's kid, Ichiro, and he reaches out his hand to shake your hand.
I shake it, like, nice to finally get your name. My name is Quark. And I just want to ask you a quick question. I mean, you run around, and I see you around and stuff like that. Do you know of any like group of kids, possibly that might run kind of a gang of some sorts that is coming down from New Austin?
Those dicks, yeah, I've seen them around a couple times. We don't like go to the same school or anything, but I know from a friend of a friend where they like to hang out sometimes. But why do you ask? And so it's when I said it was an AR headset, it's kind of like glasses, like you can see through it and everything, and you see things sort of like moving out of the way as you guys talk, so that he can see you and stuff.
Oh, so it projects, or no, I can just see it on the screen.
Yeah,
it's like Google Glass, but.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Where'd you get that bit of tech?
It's something my dad was able to repair. Some New Austinite brought it in saying it was broken, and just we bought it off him, and my dad fixed it up.
Oh wow, yeah, I've done that old trick many times before. Oh yeah, nah,
Quit
I can't
bragging.
really figure out how to fix it. Well, I was
my
asking.
dad's store is better than yours, and we all know it, motherfucker. No,
Did you actually say that? Because I swear to God, I swear to God. No,
Kid's a savage.
No.
Well, I was asking about those kids because I was hoping to possibly have a conversation with them. Do you know where they hang out?
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Yeah, I sure do. There's in New Austin they sell comic books at this place. It's called the
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be real good when I get there. You know what? I'm gonna steal straight from Austin stuff. It's called the Dragon's Lair. They sell comic books, and they get together there. I don't think they actually read anything. I don't know if any of them know how, but they get together there and tend to harass the patrons for a bit before they go out on these nightly harassments.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks a lot.
It's like that movie.
That circle movie. Yeah.
It has a clock, and it's like red or orange. Clockwork
Oh.
Orange. It's like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
I've never
It's
seen
citrus that's always on time.
But I like the fact that there's clockworks in it. That's gonna be an interesting movie.
Hmm.
Well, thanks a lot for your information, Ichiro. It's Ichiro, right?
Yeah, and while I got you here, I mean, you guys are worried about that gang of kids, but there's something else that, I mean, you're friends with my dad, right?
I know him.
I don't think he would tell anyone, but I think he's in some big problems with some of those, some of those gang types. It's just some, this gang of kids that you're after, but there's some real bad guys out there, and I think they tried to buy some stuff from my dad, and he wouldn't sell it to him, and I think they may be going to our place. That's why he keeps sending me out every night, so I'm not around if they show up.
I told Sloan not to talk to those guys. They tried to come around mine too. I made sure that they didn't come back.
Yeah,
Well,
the
as much
street
as I
sharks are a
like,
real bunch of assholes.
As much as I like the idea of having less competition, I think I might look into that, Ichiro. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'd sure appreciate it if you kept my dad alive. You kind of laugh yourself, just hoping that it's just
sort of pain away.
Yeah,
Well,
just paranoid and not.
I shake his hand and I join the rest of the group at the bar and fill them in if they didn't hear the whole conversation.
All right, hey,
Cork, there's this guy, messing up. There's this other gang, this adult gang, possibly that's been rooting around.
They're called the adults.
The adults, yeah.
They're like 18.
Rooting around Sloan's, and they seem kind of like a mafia type, and they're trying to get him to take some of their scrap or sell him equipment, and he refused. So he's kind of afraid for his shop and his livelihood. But I also found out that there is a comic shop in New Austin called Dragon's Lair Comics, and those kids might be hanging around over there.
All right, that sounds pretty good. So we're gonna get free drinks from the bar if we take care of the kids, and then we get money, possibly favors from Sloan if we take care of those assholes. Hey, Cork, you want to see something funny?
Sure.
Hey, Sly, I'll give you another drink if you go talk to the yelling old man real quick. See what he's up to.
Okay.
All right.
I slink out of my chair and casually, walk over to the guy. Casually to a drunk person is very obvious.
Yeah.
Very not casual.
Yeah, Sly works on a totally different level of gravity and motion.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the people around him might notice you, but the old man is pretty hammered himself and is in the middle of as you walk over. It's sort of in the middle of story. Larry goes, and I tell you, those sons of bitches didn't know what they had coming because I was able to gun them down for they. And he's kind of like slurring a bunch of stuff together. And you also notice as you get closer that he has a cybernetic eye, but it's not replacing any of his two eyes. It's just kind of like taped around the top of his head like a weird like halo.
Yeah, like a crown circlet.
Yeah,
almost like if Mad Eye Moody had his eye thing, but just popped out and on his forehead.
Yeah. And it's not like powered on or anything. Like you don't see you don't see it moving. He's just.
It's like, oh, cool headband.
Yeah.
Nifty.
So yeah, what do you do? He's screaming about some encounter he had back before the bombs fell with some punks who had it coming.
Oh, how long ago was the bomb?
This is like Clint Eastwood.
So the bombs were in 2012 and canonically were in 2050. So that would have been like 40 plus years beforehand. So he would have been a young man at that point.
Yeah, this guy's like 70 or 60 now.
Yeah.
I sit down next to him and I go, what seems to be the troubles, friend?
Damn it! I don't think I did that math right. You bet, son. That's my third eye. That's how I know things. That's how I sees things.
I show him my eyes because they're cybernetic as well. I forgot to mention that in my bio. I got these ones installed normally.
Well, it's just as good. It's a homeopathic cybernetic eye. It works just fine. They called me Three-Eyed Joe. What do they call you? Two-Eyed Phil?
Two-Eyed Sly. Close though.
Two-Eyed Sly. It's actually pretty good. You come over to listen to some of my tales, some of my enthralling tales of adventure.
I sure did. I said, you know what would really help if we had some drinks.
Oh, I'd love to have some drinks. You have some drinks?
It appears that we're at an impasse.
One of the hangers-on who like looks a little better dressed, like he comes here to be more of like a crater beta tourist to see how the crazies live. Sort of motions over for some more drinks. So Clicks comes over with his bottle of not ethanol and refills your grandpa mug and pours some into what is Three-Eyed Joe drinking out of? Let's say he's got like a can of beans, but without the beans, and so it's just like an aluminum can that's rusty on the side that he drinks out of because of how he keeps putting his mouth on it.
Yeah. And then just like half of like a torn label that just says like part of Duke's, but it just says Dew.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my Ducan.
It's Dew Eanes because the bees. It's
right. Yeah, Dew Eanes.
Yeah, you can just see like half of a dog's face, like smiling at the beans. I love just the level of realism. That's what's gonna sell this. But anyway, so he goes. So as I was saying, and then he launches into a story that had nothing to do with what he was talking about beforehand. He goes, back when I was living out there, man, I sure do miss my old home, my old stash, where I was. I was getting ready for this war for so long, and man, now I couldn't even use none of it when it came. But I bet you it's still out there. I bet you it's still out there.
Well, where?
It's two drunks talking to each other.
Yeah,
One of you has to fix this.
No, it's fine. Actually, as this happening, I'm gonna whisper to Quark. This is going better than I ever planned ever. Oh my god!
I feel like
he says, "I'll draw you a map. I'll show you." I remember he pulls up his hand. He says, "We're here. I know yuppie fucks living up here. I'm out here somewhere." And he's just like hammered, trying to show you. But it's you get the idea that it's outside of the radiation clear zone that surrounds sort of the populated part of Austin, which is like nowhere near the size of Austin. It's like maybe like just the downtown. So there's plenty of like old crumbling shit that's just in the radiation zone that you cannot go into without like special protection. Like you guys see people in suits that go out there, but very few people do because there's like looters and stuff.
I've been trying to get my hands on one of those suits for years. If I ever get a chance to get out there, oh man, the scrap I could find.
Yeah, my scrap's out there. My scrap you could find.
Yeah, my scrap.
Man, I bet you find that I could have a whole bunch of eyes. I could be Six-Eyed Joe.
Well, it's Spider Joe.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
You know what? It took me a minute to think. Yes, spiders have a lot of eyes. And he's like, no, he's just kind of like grabbing his eye and moving it around his head. Be like, I could have an eye here, and I would have an eye. You would see, I would have so many eyes. But right. I mean, if he keeps talking, he's gonna be like. But before I was interrupted, I was saying my wife's chili, and then he talks about that for a little while, probably. But he's just like,
I just excuse myself. I go, great stories, man. I gotta be over there.
No, you're great, he says, and he goes, do a shot with me out of my bean cup.
All right.
I hope you've had your tetanus.
Roll for tetanus save.
Yeah, that's pure foresight.
Oh man, you got the screen reason.
I mean, I was just joking. I don't make the rules.
Oh no, you don't have to roll for anything.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm not the DM
now. But if you wanted to, you could probably like bite off part of the dog's face as you're getting into the bean can, rip off some more of that labeling. Only if you want.
Nah, I'll keep his bean can with his integrity.
Okay.
What integrity has left?
So how's it going? I guess you're kind of much more drunk at this point.
Yeah.
Which is like how it operates, I guess, probably.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much how I operate.
Do you think any of the people in here would recognize you as the performing trick shot guy?
I would say it's like maybe one person.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm like super famous or famous at all, really.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. So this old guy's got a stash somewhere out in the middle of the wastelands. But other than that, he's also kind of just a braggadocious, insane person.
Gotcha. I'm gonna. Rex is gonna walk up to Sly and with his new drink in hand. I'm gonna, hey, I gotta talk to you about stuff over here. Pleasure talking to you, Joe. We got business. So
You're a pleasure,
Three-Eyed Joe.
Three-Eyed Joe.
Count them. There's three, and he's holding up his whole hand.
As he's doing that, I'm just like, okay,
eyes.
Okay, very good. Okay, we're gonna. Okay,
I can see your soul.
yeah, I know. Okay, we're gonna. Okay, I'm just grabbing Sly and just dragging him back.
You know what? Three-Eyed Joe's gonna be my playable character now.
Oh no! I'm actually gonna tag along.
You're gonna be needing a guide to help you find my stash. All the alcohol in my blood keeps the radiation away. Let's go.
That might work. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Now I'm just picturing you get him back to his stash and he dies there, just like where he wanted to be.
My stash.
I could have some of that more home cooked chili again.
It's just cans of Hornell chili. And he's like, yeah, my wife Hornell. Yeah.
All right. So, okay. I think however much I want to go after this scrap out there in the wasteland, we need to get ourselves some suits first. And I feel like the perfect way to get ourselves some suits is to help out Sloan. He might have some scrap or something, some connections to get us some suits. He's a bit more well connected than I am, sadly.
Okay.
I mean, we got to help out Clicks. So I figure we could.
Klings is a good guy.
Clicks.
What did I say?
Clings.
No.
It's Clangs, yells Three-Eyed Joe.
Even Three-Eyed Joe knows.
But
Gets up and does a really bad impression of him walking around going clang, 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 and then he falls over.
Breaks another table. No, it's another table I got to bring back for Clink. Clink,
I
clink,
feel like-
clink, cloak.
Like maybe he just lands on it in like an old West movie. The table flips up and over him. Like
There we go.
A drink flies.
yeah.
That I can't.
All right. Hey, there you go.
You shoot
So
it
what do you
in
think
the
we
air.
should do first?
Well,
Should we take care of the kids first, or should we take care of the grown-ups first?
I feel like since we know where the kids are going to be.
I think that might be the easiest.
Besides,
All right.
how hard could it be to teach some kids a lesson? And I
That
pull out my
shouldn't be too
baton.
hard. I was about to say, you got a baton. We have guns. I think the kids should be reasonably scared.
Also, I want to mention that my cybernetic implant is a head jack.
Okay. So for those listening, there are a couple different options for cybernetics. Just and maybe we'll put this up somewhere, just the character creation stuff. But a head jack is a cybernetic that gives you bonuses to knowledge rolls and craft rolls, which makes sense because you do a lot of crafting. You can also have a leg cybernetic, which gives you agility and speed, an eye cybernetic, which we've mentioned so many times so far, but it gives you a plus to perception and shooting. And then there's an arm cybernetic, like the type that Click has, but his is sort of old and doesn't work super well, but it gives you a bonus in fighting and a bonus in toughness.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, you know.
Let's read more stats. This is going to be
All right.
the whole thing. I'm just going to read down the list of
All right,
skills.
very good.
No.
Starting with agility. No.
No. Okay.
This
All right,
is
so did you
what
wanna-
we're doing.
Do we want to head towards New Austin? What time of day is it?
It's nighttime. Let's say it's like 11-ish. No, okay. Let's say 10.
Say
So,
10. So those
right
kids,
around the time hooligans would probably be running around. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Ichiro said that in the late night hours that those kids would roam around Crater Beta and cause shenanigans. Do we want to try to find them in Crater Beta or see if they're still at the comic book store?
Didn't he specify a specific location?
Yeah, in New Austin, it's Dragon something comic book store.
Yeah, that's what I said. Those kids were in here around 2 a.m. the other night, says Clicks.
We have 4
to
hours.
someone else at the bar.
Gotcha. All right. So, do
Well,
we want to head
probably
towards the
do
comic
this.
place?
Yeah, I was about to say they probably meet at the comic book place first, and then they decide what place they're going to fuck up. So Let's counter their fuck up meeting and counter fuck the meeting so we can fuck them instead of them fucking other people.
Yes, let's go into the night and counter fuck.
Counter fuck. Let's go. Let's go, team.
So we know the future may not have tetanus shots, but it still has comic books. So, you cannot kill that nerd spirit.
Absolutely not.
Okay, so as you exit Mama J's, you guys are on the rim of one of the levels of Crater Beta. So it's kind of like tiered outwards against the walls. You can sort of see all the way across to the other side where there's like other things happening. And then there's just this hole in the middle that lets light down into the entire place. But yeah, and then there's elevators that sort of work. They're very slow, and then some of them are hand crank operated. And then there's also stairs that run up to the top of the crater, and then from there you can go into either the warehouse district or New Austin. It sort of sits in the middle of the two.
For those of you in from the British Isles, those are lifts.
Oh yeah, did I say lifts or did I say elevators?
You said elevators, but yeah.
Okay, good, because this is America.
Damn,
there we go.
Skippy.
Texas.
Future America. Let's go.
All right. So how do we get up from Beta into New Austin? I'm assuming we have to go to the far side of it, and then is there like a huge lift that brings us up into that area, or is it like a staircase?
You can do that. So you can either go in through Crater Beta. So at the far end, if you were to go to the New Austin side of the crater, on the top floor there's an entrance to Radcore, which is the giant corporation that owns the rad scrubbers that clean up, the air and everything. They have an entrance on like level 1 / like the top of the crater, or you can just go up and then around into New Austin.
Would there
from
be a reason,
the top?
Would there be a reason why we wouldn't want to go through Radcore?
No, you can do either one. They might give you some strange looks if you don't look like you belong in New Austin, but as long as you're not getting into any trouble. It's sort of a gateway almost.
So I guess after fucking up some kids, we should probably not go through the same entrance that we came through then.
Yeah, you can go either way.
All right.
Yeah.
So which route do we want to take?
Let's go through the front door this time, and then we'll sneak out through the less popular door.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like
That way.
one of my ex-girlfriends. The unpopular door.
That sounds like a fucking like a whorehouse.
It's the
That's what I
birthday
was
door.
talking about.
The birthday door.
The birthday. Oh God.
Oh, the birthing door. Oh God.
Whoop. All right, yeah, we'll head through that way, I guess.
The most unappealing name for a vagina. The birthing door.
Whoop. There we go. But we should probably look like we fit in a little bit. And at that point, I'll adjust my shirt slightly, just so it's nice and prim. And then
I pat myself down, creating kind of a dust cloud. I think I'm okay, and ruffle my hair.
All right, good. Yeah, I think we should all fit in together. Sly.
I think Sly's fine.
I got like a nice long duster. I got a cowboy hat. I'm doing the whole thing.
Oh, all right, okay. Doubling down. All right.
Do you have spurs?
Do I have a horse?
Do you have spurs?
Do I have a horse?
Some people just wear spurs just to have the sound.
Yeah,
Ching,
but
ching.
do I have a horse?
Oh, he's asking.
You do not have a horse.
Then I don't have spurs. That's impractical, Spencer.
Oh, okay. Out of all the things.
I'm sneaky.
Don't be stupid.
Ish.
Oh man, what if you had like a mechanical horse, and every time you hit it with the spurs, it created like an electrical charge that actually made it go?
Oh, that would be sick.
That'd be cool, but then at the same time, like if that's the only way to make it go.
You'd get pretty tired, yeah.
Yeah,
Kick him the shit out of your horse.
It's just like people would just not hit it and just hold their spurs into the sides and go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go beat up some nerds, kids, guys, whatever.
Yeah. Nerds. Okay. So ascending out of Crater Beta is it's nice. It smells like countryside out here. The rad scrubbers have sort of restored like the open air that is nice to that area. They've sort of started to rebuild some of the the flora of the area. So there's, a couple of small oak trees growing up, some trees that have been flown in from elsewhere, more in the New Austin area, but so it's not so post-apocalyptic up here. And which way did you say you were going? Main entrance?
Front door. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Main entrance.
So as you get there, there's sort of this big glass and steel entrance, and it's got big letters above it that say Rad Core, and then in tiny text underneath, the company that's rad. And it's like super well lit inside, and there's stairs that go up and into so it's like a 2-level lobby. There's where you guys are, sort of at the top of the crater. And then if you go up, there's another exit on the other side into New Austin, and there's a desk with some people at it, and there's a couple like security guards milling around.
Okay. Well, I just walk right through like I own the place.
Okay.
I'm just like going about my day. Also, I find it interesting on the sheet it says Rad Tech.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's. You know what? Maybe that's a better name. Let's just say Radcore for now, because I've been saying Radcore this whole time.
Gotcha.
But it's Rad Radiation Corporation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Radcore. Yeah. So that's the front door.
Okay.
The birthday door.
Should we do anything particular, or do we just walk through?
I mean, should we ask them where the dragon's lair beeth?
Oh, I guess we could. Yeah, I go up to the front desk. I'm assuming it's like an information kiosk / like kind of a check-in point in some way.
It is technically like the Rad Core information atrium. Except there's not just one of them. There's like 3 or 4 people there. So you see a couple other people talking with people, and it's not all just people here to like visit or get to their office or whatever. So people are often just in here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you could ask them for information.
Yeah, I just walk up to the one that's not currently talking to somebody, and just like, hey, I heard about this store here in New Austin. They sell comic books, and it's called like Dragon's Lair. Do you know whereabouts that might be?
So when you approach and you start talking to them, they go, "Hey, y'all, welcome to New Austin." And then as you ask about the specific location, you see their eyes kind of go blank for a second, and their mouth just kind of like sits in like the weird grin that it was in, and then almost like something clicks back on. They're like, "Oh, sure enough, Dragon's Lair is," and then they kind of they don't kind of anything. They pull out a little map and they circle it on, and those Dragon's Lairs right here. I'm glad that I could help y'all.
I'm assuming
he
has or he or she has a head jack plugged into an information circuit.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I was going with Android, but that works.
Nobody has the money for androids.
Oh.
All right, so I grabbed the map.
Who's a synth? Who's real?
Oh god!
Kill everyone just to be sure.
No, smooth skin.
Yeah, Joe. How'd you get here?
How'd you get here?
All right, so look in the map. I show it to the guys.
Well, look at there, you found it.
Well, I didn't find it. Synth dude over there found it, but. Is it close or is it far? Does that matter?
It's pretty close. Not too much of a walk, like half an hour.
Okay.
Again, it's very small. Not even half an hour. Like, I'm thinking there's only maybe 10 city blocks, if that, of New Austin. Like what they've built is super nice, but they haven't built a lot because they're essentially just rebuilding this city. And it's only been like 35 to 40 years that they've done this in. So like it's just people with a lot of money building areas for them and their companies, and that's kind of it.
Yeah. Okay. And so I'm assuming that this entire the entire area of New Austin and Greater Beta probably only has like a population of maybe 5,000 people total.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's some people that were maybe rescued from around the area that weren't affected by the radiation too much, and then the people who were rich enough to evacuate, they want to come back, and then some people who just saw an opportunity in selling their rad scrubbing machines and showed up that way. So it's not a whole bunch of people. Some of them are natives from before. Some of them are like new money, war profiteer, maybe coming in and setting up shop in New Austin.
Okay. So I'm assuming we just head out towards the comic book store then.
Yes.
Yep. Let's go.
Little known fact: war profiteers love comic books.
There's got to be just one guy who is like, "Oh, I just happen to have all these comic books in boxes."
Yeah, probably. It's just
Profit?
people reselling their old stuff, and then he's got like the ones that he's clearly made himself that he's trying to get going.
It's like a small-time comic book artist, you know.
Yeah.
And they come to the town, and they just find the sign of the old comic book store, and they're just like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
This is my home now.
This is what I do now. So yeah, you managed to find it pretty quick. I mean, it's like I said, it's a small area, but you can see through the glass front of it. They've got this big Dragon's Lair sign, and there's sort of shelves with an assortment of comic books. Like it's not as full as like a comic book shop would be today, but there's like enough in there, and there's people hanging out reading, and there's some tables set up where people are rolling dice because RPGs within RPGs seemed like a good idea last weekend. So there's people playing games, and then there's these kind of like other kids hanging around, and they're wearing their button-down shirts, but like the sleeves are rolled up, and they've got the pant legs rolled up to like mid-calf, and it looks like they probably listen to Vampire Weekend, and
they're wearing low tops with no socks.
Yeah. And they're not reading any of the comic books. They're kind of just harassing this cashier, who's trying to like check people out, but at the same time they're trying to like bother, and they keep asking her like, "Oh, where can I find the fucking Spider Dude number 4, huh?" And like they're sitting there and they're kind of like pushing over displays and things. They're just being dicks.
So how do we want to teach them a lesson? Do we want to break a couple of bones, or do we want to like murder them, or life is hard in the wasteland?
You shouldn't murder them.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk. Let's whisper about this. Okay, let's talk and whisper about this, guys.
Will y'all do that? I'm gonna take a quick break, real quick. I'm gonna turn off my camera and mic, if that's okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
All right, I will be right back.
Okay.
All right, have fun. Okay, so I'm thinking, not murder, and not breaking bones. I mean, maybe break a bone or two, but we have guns. I'm thinking shooting feet, shooting legs.
Well,
non-lethal shots.
Cybernetic stuff. I mean, that's more customers for me.
Exactly. So I'm thinking we essentially just confirm that they are the ones who are the assholes, and if they give us any shit, I'm going to shoot them in the leg.
Okay. Well, maybe make that like the highest option.
Yeah, number one priority.
I thought when
got
you said guns, like threaten, but I see what you're saying. They need to have a physical reminder.
Listen, these guys look like they're assholes. Okay, they're tearing up the store. They don't have any respect for anything. I'm pretty sure their rich dad will buy them a new leg, like you said. Maybe they'll come to your store, maybe not.
Well, that's
so.
The
Actually,
thing.
Quark, maybe you want to hang out back for a second, so they don't know that you're accomplices with us as we shoot them.
Well, I can just put on my welder's mask that I have.
Oh, okay. There you go. That works too.
To hide my identity.
That's what. There you go.
I'll just be
I'm Captain Quark.
Vigilante justice. Scrapper extraordinaire.
Scrapper by day. It's Quarkman by night.
That has my name in it, though. I was thinking Welder Man.
Well, yeah, but they want to expect the guy named Quark would be Quarkman. It's too easy.
Right. Yeah. It's like that Superman and Clark Kent thing. He just takes off the glasses, and all of a sudden he's different.
Well, he carries himself different, too.
Yeah, I know. And doesn't he wear like his like a type of clothes that kind of hides his
physique?
Yeah. Anyways, enough about Superman. I mean, I know we're in a comic book store, but still. Yeah. So I think definitely approach them. Do we want to approach them inside the comic book store, or do we want to like take this outside type scenario?
Let's see what they're willing to do. We can't force them outside, unless they want to stand up for a challenge. But I'm thinking we go in there hardcore, show them who's boss. And then we'll see if they want to, take it outside or, finish it inside, whatever.
What's your charisma?
I have a -1, so that's why I'm all for shooting people.
I have a +1.
I also have a +1. Yeah.
So okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Good guy, bad guy. Good cop, bad cop.
There's a couple ways we take care of this. We could do good cop, bad cop. We could also do it where, do we want to reason with them? If so, one of us will talk to them. If we don't want to reason with them and we purposely want to have a situation where they aren't going to want to work with us just so we can shoot them, have you talk to them?
Well, I'd say we'll have you and me talk to them, and then we'll see how the conversation flows.
Okay, Adam, if you allow, we didn't want the yuppies to be able to recognize me because I have a store to go back to, and they might have dads who might get mad about this. So I figured I would have like a welder's mask that I could put over my head.
Sure.
Okay, to hide my identity.
Pretty cool.
I'm going to hold back and just be like a silent.
Apparently, I'm doing the talking then.
Well,
all right.
He said you said you and him will go up.
No, I said me and you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go with the good cop, bad cop thing.
We can do 2 good cops, 1 bad cop.
I'm the worst cop because I have no charisma. So
yeah, I'm drunk cop. You're good cop. He's bad cop.
Bad cop.
We're like the.
I'm
Seven
Judge
Dwarfs.
Dredd cop.
And that's bad cop as in like mean, not bad cop as in drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's just drunk cop. I'm just bad cop. All right.
All right, cool.
So you guys go ahead.
Cop.
So I guess I approach him first, behind my welder's mask, and say, "Hey, you yuppie assholes!"
A hush sort of falls over the rest of the comic store, and they the lead one, who I don't know why, but I'm picturing he's got his foot up on like one of the little shelves next to the cashier. He's got a toothpick in his mouth and he's snapping at her for some reason, like he's in Grease. And he goes, "Hey, you yuppies, who?" And he turns around.
Oh, hey. Well, I was hoping to make a couple of new friends, but I noticed that you're being an asshole to the guy who runs the place here. You mind if we have a quick conversation, man to man to man to man to man to man to man?
No, you're the asshole. Yeah, and he just kind of like sticks his tongue out at you.
I walk up to him and
Can I do it? Can I do it yet? Can I start shooting people?
No.
Oh God. Okay.
Back, King. Back.
Right,
Heel.
right, okay.
Goes, "Whoa, man! Why is that guy with the thing on his face holding back that dude with the? You have an eye, right? With the weird eye."
Yeah. I walk a bit closer to them and kind of bring my bubble of physicality into his bubble, right? I enter his bubble, right? Mm. Just enough where it's not like I'm gonna necessarily like become physical, but I'm like, I'm close to him now, behind my mask.
Well,
and
man, that thing smells. This is so weird.
So I heard that you've been going around and messing up people's property.
He's kind of like silent and he's like leaning away from you. Did I say how many there were at the beginning?
Huh?
Not a specific number. You said there was like a couple guys harassing the cashier.
Oh yeah, let's say 3. So there's the lead guy you're talking to, and there's 2 other guys.
Okay, it's cronies.
There's one behind him, and he's a lot bigger, and he just kind of leans in and he goes, "Why? Did someone say something? Tell us who said something. Maybe we'll let you go."
All right. And then at this point, I shoot the toothpick out of the guy's mouth. The lead man.
Oh my God!
You discharged a firearm inside of
all right.
Well, yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll for shooting, which is your dexterity plus your intelligence.
And
if you're trained,
and it's trained, so it's a 3d6. Says at the
okay,
top
so I think here's the. Well, either you can roll 3d6 if you have them, or roll 2 and then re-roll the lowest one.
Well, we have a thing that we pulled up to do it, so we can do 3d6.
All right.
Okay, but the thing is, you're not adding all 3
Matt,
together. You're
just
just keeping.
I know.
You're just keeping the 2
I'm
highest.
trying to figure it out. Is it doing it?
Yeah, that's doing it.
Okay.
So reset.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 5.
You pick 2 though.
Okay.
Wait. Oh no, that only rolled 1. Okay. My bad. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay.
You're right.
Okay, so before Matt rolls, he rolls a 3d6 or a 2d6 and then keeps the two highest. Oh, so I see. You're thinking that we'll have physical dice.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll 3 1d6s and then pick the two highest out of that?
That would be a good way to do it.
Yeah, okay. So 1
and then roll it 3 times.
Okay. Do I have modifiers?
No. Well, it's
we'll add those after.
Okay.
So 6, 1, 4. So 6 and 4, it's 10, and then your
roll the
and your shooting is where is the shooting? Shooting is Dex plus Intelligence, and so you'll have 2 plus 0, so you'll have plus 2.
Okay, so you got a 12. So the way it works, for those of you at home, if you roll a 0 through 6, after rolling 2 d6s is the normal thing, plus your relevant skill. 0 through 6 is a failure. 7 through 9 is a costly success, so it's like a success with some kind of qualifier. And then a 10 plus is just an outright success. So Sly successfully fires his what is it? Your pistol? What are you firing?
Yeah, pistol.
Okay. So do you want to describe that?
Yeah. So big guy leans in and talks shit, and then I shoot the toothpick out of the leader's mouth, and I go, "Hey, no yuppie bullshit." Okay? You don't want us to get angry.
Okay, so that successfully freaks the shit out of these 3 kids. People are kind of screaming now because you fired a weapon inside of a store. The cashier has sort of ducked behind her counter thing. People are running for the back.
Everybody is fine. I'm trained to do this. It's
He's trying to shoot that guy in the head.
I'm not gonna. I didn't shoot him in the head. Nobody paid? I shot the toothpick out of his mouth.
I thought it was super cool, says one nerd in the back.
Thanks, man.
He's over there like he just rolled like a 20 or some shit.
You should come see me. I do all sorts of cool stuff.
This is not the time.
You have business cards you leave, like right next to the cashier.
Like and I go, everybody, just calm down. We're just having a conversation, and I might have fired a bullet.
I turn to the kids again, and I say, I don't want to see you around any of the shops or areas messing with anybody, because we'll be there. Or
next time, that bullet is going to go into your skull.
Okay, the one that has not spoken yet it has shat himself. The big one didn't really see what happens. He just knows the gun fired, and the guy next to him has kind of gone like completely limp against the thing because he's like completely gone weak-kneed from almost getting shot, sort of. And so he's like, "Oh Jesus, yeah, nope. You're right. You're fine. We're gonna go. We're gonna really rethink our lives. We're gonna turn this around."
That's what I like to hear.
We're not even gonna come back here. That's fine.
All right. I'm glad we had this talk. And then I go and I give the leader guy kind of like a handshake. I go, I appreciate you giving us the time to. I appreciate you listening to us and.
No, it's great. We're great listeners, especially when we still have our ears. So. Well, we'll be seeing you, and they're like backing away, but like in a way that it's like, is it okay if we leave? We're ready to leave, and we leave.
Okay, you guys are good.
I imagine the entire time I'm like by the entrance, so as like they're walking away, I just kind of do like the bro thing where you just kind of like flex on them or whatever.
Yeah, keep flexing on them. Yeah. What? What? No, bitch.
Yeah. Exactly.
The guy that shot himself sees you at the door doing that. And instead of like walking outside, he tries to he just goes back into the bathroom to try and wait for you guys to leave because he is too scared to walk past you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy shat himself. That's hilarious.
But no one laughs because everyone is still screaming, and a couple of people are on their phones. So,
oh shit, yeah, guys, we should probably we saved the day. Let's go.
Did Matt's bullet affect any of the stuff inside the house, inside the building?
Because he rolled so high, I'm gonna say it like sort of went harmlessly into like a ceiling tile. So no, I'd say no.
Okay.
I place down a flyer and I say, Masterworks supply if you need a new ceiling tile.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, no, no.
Why don't you just leave her some money?
Can I take that back, or is it too funny?
I mean,
you did say
this
it.
is a crime scene now. So.
Yeah. You do
I
that,
know a
and
guy,
Rex is gonna,
and I leave.
As he does that, Rex is gonna like, you didn't see that. And I'm gonna put down 10 credits again, and then run with the
she
rest
takes
of
the
them.
10 credits and she takes her little flyer and she puts them in her pocket. And then okay. Then you guys are gone. What for each of you? What is your speed and what is your stealth?
I'm trained in agility.
There's a speed stat.
Oh shit! Where's the speed stat?
It's lower. Let's do your agility. Whatever's higher between speed and agility.
Okay.
And then let's say stealth. Or actually, I have a better idea. So each of you describe something you do to help you escape from New Austin now. You're in this sort of concrete jungle gym. I'm imagining some parkour, some super stealth time. But name a skill that you would use to get out of this situation and then roll for it, and we'll do it that way. So we can start with Sly.
When it says Dex times 2, does that mean if you have a 0, it's just still 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. So, you go first, Matt.
So one of the things we're definitely playing for this time is balance. So if it feels like things aren't succeeding at all, then we'll be able to do that. But now that you're just picking a skill and explaining how you use it, it doesn't have to be one of the 3 I mentioned. Just whatever skill you feel like would be relevant to the situation, describe why it is, and then roll for it.
All right. I am just so we're going through the back door, right?
Yeah.
I just start running towards the back door. Just like hopping over shit, using my agility, my quickness. That's what I'm doing. I don't know.
No, I mean, yeah, he wanted to describe.
Okay. Yeah, just make a roll for agility then. We'll do that.
So he has it trained, so it's a 3d6 again. You rolled
the 3.
The 6 separately.
4, 5.
So 9, and then plus 2 times 2 is 4, so 13.
13.
Okay, yep, that is an unmitigated success. So you are hardcore parkouring your way out of this comic book store and then through the nighttime streets of New Austin.
Nice.
All right, let's do either of you two that has
you want to go
ready.
first, Rex King?
Yeah, sure. So what Rex is going to do, since everybody's going through the back door and he was at the main entrance, I only have good agility.
Well,
so.
we're talking about the back door of New Austin, not specifically the area.
Oh, the back door. Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, I was also confused. But, okay.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess, he just has very high agility. So I'm going to say that he's going to, while he's running around, he's going to make sure, look for back alleys and make sure, wherever he can find, the least amount of people, he's going to walk through there. Not, super quick, not alarmingly quick, but, just, a nice strut. That way he's not, alarming people, but he's also, looking out to say, oh, there's 10 people here, probably shouldn't go through here.
Is that your perception? Is that...
No, just, I guess, I was going to roll for agility, so I guess I'm just running quickly, but not too quickly. I don't know. I guess I guess I'll just be doing parkour along with that. We're just going to be doing quick, sick flips and shit as we're running around.
I'm drunk as a skunk.
Have you guys... It looks like you're stumbling over all these things, but really you're conserving momentum and you're doing all the right moves to...
All right, so I'm going to roll for agility. Let's see here. 2 dice 6.
The stuff I'm doing, I couldn't do sober.
5 and 1 plus 4, so I squeak away with a 10.
Nice. Okay. So yep, you are also your eye is calling out little obstacles so you don't trip and stuff like that. Super cool.
All right.
I might try and find some royalty free synthwave to put under this later. But anyway,
that'd be cool.
If you're hearing it now, then I did it. If you're not, then I didn't.
I want to shout out. There's a subreddit, and I'll have to let you know the name of it. It's a subreddit specifically for synthwave stuff, based on how Blade Runner and all that has it. Outrun. It's called Outrun, and a bunch of people just make stuff like that. So you could probably find something that's free to use.
Okay. Or I could pay someone. Support the arts.
Or you could pay someone, exactly.
I know someone posted on r/cyberpunk recently just a big chart of like synthwave in different genres, like
Oh, that's pretty sick.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into that shit. So for me, for Quark, he doesn't have a lot of like physical capabilities. So instead, I'm going to use my craft, and I'm going to craft a new Austenite looking disguise out of what I have, and maybe one object off of somebody who's in the room that I can just take real quick and run. So like a scarf or like a pair of glasses.
I feel like if you just took off your welder's mask, you probably could get away.
Well, I'll be taking that off too, but I don't want to look like some dirty scrapper.
No, I think the scarf is really going to clinch it, and especially because I imagine they're not waiting for you, so they're looking for 3 guys, but you're sort of just this hipster walking by yourself.
Exactly.
They went that way, officer.
So,
you've got a pack of what are they? Parliaments? Is that what hipsters smoke?
Parliaments. There's one that's like all natural and shit. I don't remember. It's like the
American native.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the yellow ones or the light blue ones.
Light blue, and there's also a yellow one. Yeah, I used to work at Circle K. God damn it, those guys.
I know they have every color, but I see hipsters with the light blue. Anyway.
Yes. So I grab a scarf off of some person
American
who's still
Spirit,
screaming.
that's what it is.
American Spirit. There you go. Yeah.
We're not advertising for cigarettes. No one smoke.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, smoking's bad.
Well, this is vape. It's different. So yeah, I grab a scarf off of somebody before they can react. I pull my welder's mask off as I leave, and
what happened to Quark, man?
Oh wait, can you hang it over one of the superhero mannequins that are like in the window?
I was finding a way to stash it because I know that if I held it on me, it would be too obvious. Yeah, I placed it on one of the little cardboard cutout things that they have from like the Avengers movie that they happen to get from some theater. So I put it on Iron Man's face.
Nice. Okay.
And then I wrapped a scarf around and I kind of like fix myself up and tie my kind of button down shitty looking tee and like a weird bow on one side because that's probably hipstery. And then
or maybe a girl.
I kind of dude, you don't understand. Okay.
Go ahead and roll for this.
Yeah. And I walk with my hands in my pockets and I'm just kind of strolling.
Nice.
Roll. It's trained, so roll 3.
Yep.
5, 2, and 3. So I rolled an 8 plus 3 is
nice.
11.
Hey, you guys are all getting 10 pluses, and that's great. So, just shooting picks out of kids' mouths and getting away from the cops. You didn't kill anyone, so I mean that's good. So yeah, okay. Yeah, you embody. I got to pick another Arcade Fire. There you go.
Oh,
you exude. What's another good one? The Shins, and
Mike Snow.
These are all bands that I do enjoy. I'm just making fun of people for listening to them. Okay, so you all managed to make it out of New Austin, and there's not just like one back door. I mean, you're just not going through the main Radcore building. You're sort of going around.
I'm assuming our plan was to meet back at Mama J's, or just at the entrance of the Crater Beta.
Since me and Sly, we're kind of both doing parkour like right next to each other. We'll probably just like wait on the outside for you for a bit and just go from there.
Yeah, and I just come strolling out like I'm gonna check out what all the crazies are doing in Crater Beta.
Didn't even break a sweat.
I need a drink.
I'm getting thirsty.
Okay, so are you guys going back to Mama J's then, or?
Yeah.
We should head back to Mama J's and tell them the good news, and the good news for me.
Okay. So back at Mama J's, Three-Eyed Joe is sort of like passed out in a corner. The crooner has started up another set of music. It's around 11 now. I think that didn't probably take more than an hour. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if Ichiro is still there. Yeah, Ichiro's probably still there. He's just hanging out. And click, no one is really at the bar. Everyone's sort of clustered around where the crooner is singing, and so he's also just sitting and listening.
All
right, hey,
yeah, I was gonna say, you want to take point, King?
Sure. Hey, Click, we took care of your boys. They won't be bothering you ever again.
Now, by took care of, what do you mean by took care of?
Well, let me tell you what happened. So,
Scared
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Captain
You might want to pour
Quark.
yourself a drink.
That's a good idea. Captain Quark. That's
He'll start filling up 3 glasses just because you came back.
That's Quark when he's in disguise, and he was talking to these hooligans, and they started getting an attitude. And so what I did was I shot the toothpick out of the leader's mouth.
When you say "so I shot," he kind of a little bit.
So I shot the toothpick right out of his mouth, just right out of it.
It was a pretty good shot.
They turned their whole life around in that moment.
We scared him straight.
They said, "Thank you so much. We needed that."
Well, I feel like
it
it's
was-
those near-death experiences that really count for making a person see things a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. One kid
put in
shed
other
Why
words-
himself.
does everybody
so that's pretty
freak
funny.
out when I shoot a gun? It's what I do. It's my profession.
Put in other words, one of them
It's
shot
my
their pants.
profession.
One of them shot their pants, and then they begged for relief and said that they would never do it again.
Okay, well that sounds went about as well as it could have gone, given the fact you fired a gun there. So, how about every time you guys are in here, I set you up with some free drinks. Now, I'm hoping you ain't gonna run me blind here out of my business, but
Speaking
certainly.
of blind, you got any moonshine?
So I was gonna say not before Sly goes blind from all the alcohol he's drinking.
I was just like glare at Sly. As soon as he mentions "Don't rob me blind."
He pulls out a jug, like a typical moonshiner's jug, but he only pours out a little bit of it for you, like half a shot maybe.
All right, I feel you. You saving it.
Now this is special stuff. This is the stuff that I make. And it's special stuff. Yeah, but you boys have earned it, and so. And if you guys also wanted some of this questionable moonshine, he would pour you guys a little bit too. But
I'm not going to take it.
You
Okay.
should get some, and then
I'll
drink it.
I'll just take a double whiskey like usual.
I'll just take
Okay.
a whiskey.
I'll take theirs.
All right, well, Sly, we still got it. We still got to take care of adults.
Okay,
pretty
I'll
soon,
pace
so.
myself. I'll pace
All
myself.
right, yeah, I
I'll
gotta pace
take
yourself.
theirs.
all right, and I feel like I want to feel out this moonshine a little bit more. If any of you guys had gone, so he makes it himself, and he makes it in the toilet tank of an out of use toilet, but you don't know that. So
I don't think it would matter.
Probably not for Sly.
I'm having ideas of going back to my my warehouse and looking to see if I can find anything to make a distillery for him out of, so we can have a bit maybe higher quality moonshine.
okay.
That's for another time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll definitely have time for that if we keep doing this, which I want to.
Yeah.
But okay. So you guys are drinking. The crooner's still crooning. Things are going on. If you guys want to call it at the end of this thing or do something else, I don't know.
Well, how much time do? Because right now we've been going for about an
Like
hour
an
and
hour.
20.
I think
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
knock out what's his face's.
Well, yes.
Ichiro's-
Start off. Ichiro's thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So Ichiro is still there because I think the deal is his dad sends him out at night and he maybe stays at Mama J's. Maybe at one point he and the titular Mama J were friends, and so they have some kind of arrangement. There are like 2 or 3 rooms upstairs, like a Skyrim Inn number of rooms. So he's probably staying in one of those. But
Okay. Cool. Well, so he's expecting that they might be coming around Sloane's place.
Right.
At night, and I'm assuming because
Yeah.
this is a game, it might end up being tonight. So
No, you can't use clairvoyance like that, man.
I say
that's unfair.
I say since it's 11 o'clock, we head over kind of soon and see if we can't stake it out and watch and see if we can't see anybody approach the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head out this time instead of going through the North Austin side of Crater Beta. You go out on the warehouse, and it is significantly darker here. The buildings aren't lit up. They're sort of lit from inside, but it's flickering. It's like fires and lanterns and things like that. There's far less neon here, and the warehouses are. It's sort of the steel frameworks of the pre-bomb Austin warehouses, and then people have sort of laid sheet metal and things over these skeletons to build out these warehouses. So Quark would be super familiar with this area because he works here. This is where his business is. This is where he lives. And I imagine since you guys also live in New Austin, where would you live? Maybe would you also live in this area? Let's say I'm assuming that you guys don't live in New Austin, because if you did, you wouldn't have to resort to running. And then if you could probably afford to live in like an apartment in the crater. There are some other craters too. Like this is Crater Beta. I think there's also Crater Alpha, but further away. And then the warehouse is cheap to live. And then there's just sort of camps.
Literally, the warehouse is probably just like a sheet metal out, like 10 by 15 rectangle type house with like a door that you have to make yourself.
Yeah, I'm probably Rex is probably saying like some really cheap, like one tiny room apartment area, like it's just like has a studio apartment, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't it at all, but I'm just picturing Shrek's outhouse.
Oh, there we go.
Donkey.
So you're probably in an apartment in the crater, and then what were you saying?
I'm probably also in an apartment in the crater.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Probably
so you're the yuppies for the warehouse district then. But anyway, so you guys are. I'm guessing then that Quark would probably be leading the way since he's familiar with where the SSC is. But
yeah, how close is it to my shop? Can we see it from my shop?
Not
or is it...
far. There's definitely like a specific district that you guys work in of the warehouse district, like an area where people go to do market stuff.
Yeah, because I see that there is a scrap market, but that's more of like an open air kind of just general trading area. Or is that where we would have our stuff?
I think you'd probably have these buildings set up near each other. I don't know if that's where you live. I just know that he lives above his own store.
That's yeah. I basically live above or in like just kind of a cordoned off area of like the house portion.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are basically live on the same block then.
Okay. Yeah. So if we can see his store from ours, is it far enough where we could effectively stake it out, or is it something where we would need to possibly just stake out closer?
You can see it from yours. You probably can't see the entire thing. It'd be obstructed by like one or two buildings in the way, but you can see the entrance. You can see that there's a light on inside, whereas most of the other market buildings have been shut down for the night. And if you're listening really closely, let's roll a perception, I guess.
Oh boy.
I'm not trained in that, so it's just 2.
Yeah, 2 dice 6. You keep them.
3 and 5.
5.
Or 2, yeah, 5 total.
Plus your intelligence and charisma, so plus 1. You rolled a 6?
Yeah.
All right.
And you?
I'm not trained in perception, so just roll me 2, 4, and 3, so 7 plus 3, so 10 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 5, so I didn't see shit.
Okay, so Quark sees, like, he hears voices, and he can see, like, different plumes of, like kind of like drafts of cigarette smoke coming out. You know that, what did I name this guy? Isamu, which is Ichiro's dad, doesn't smoke, but you still see, like, cigarette smoke coming out of there. And you hear 3 distinct voices.
Okay. Is one of those being Isamu?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and then 2 others that are probably not friendly in some way. I tell the group, I'm hearing some talking, and someone's smoking over there, and Isamu doesn't smoke, so I have a feeling he's got visitors.
Should we investigate?
how do we want to approach this? Did we want to come in silent and then see, just find our moment?
Hey, Sly, do you have a rifle, or is it just your pistols?
I'll do a pistol trick. I'm all pistols, baby.
And he also has a
All
keyboard.
right.
And I got a blade, too.
So,
I don't let people know
I've
about
got
that.
an MG.
Jesus, okay. I didn't imagine you having a machine gun. Okay,
I like equipment.
You do. That's true. Well, I got a rifle, so I'm thinking you two go in there, see what's going on, and if you can, try to get them outside, and then I can ambush them if in case something gets wiry. I'll just hang out like a hill or a dune nearby and just get my shots set up.
Okay. So for the MG, what type of machine gun is this? Is this like a heavy machine gun? Is this the type that has like a feeder where I have to have a line of bullets and stuff like that? And
so
hold it to my
it's
side?
like a light machine gun where you have like a bullet loop around you, I'm guessing, and it's a big sort of thing, and you can So it's got
one
a
of those
feeder
that has a
on it.
cool
It's like
slide release. Shunk, shunk.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm imagining, since it's you, that it's like you've kind of scrapped it together from different parts of machine guns.
Yeah. It's
but-
it's custom made. It jams,
Cool.
but I know how it works.
Nice.
Okay, so I do we want to go in brandishing our weapons?
Probably
I wouldn't
not.
recommend it. Yeah.
Okay, so I have mine strapped to my back, but not my hands, because I have to have it ready. There's no way I can just pull it out fast.
Yeah.
But it's loaded and ready to go, but I just need to swing it around to get it out.
Okay.
And we enter in. Did you want to take point, or shall I?
You should take point since I took point last time.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys go walking in. It's a long space, and you're coming in on like the narrow end of it. So there's, let's say, like it's a 20 by 20, or probably bigger than that. But it's essentially one big room where all of his wares are out for people to browse. You see two men wearing coats on one end of it, and they're both speaking with I'm just going to call him Sloan. They're speaking with Sloan. He seems like very worried, and the two men are smoking and kind of like gesturing towards him. And then behind that is where his offices are, and then above that is where he lives. And so he's sort of standing at the far end of his store while these two guys are interrogating him, telling him about like missed payments and things like that. Are you guys coming in noticeably?
Well, I wanted to motion to Rex King, just before we enter, to basically like, hey, they might have more people around. It might not just be the two of them inside. They might have some other help ready to come in if needed. So I guess just like keep watch for not just the door, but around.
I'll try to do a bird whistle if I see anybody that might be sneaking up, and if they look threatening, I'll just shoot them. So yeah.
I figure. I mean, you're the stealthy one. I figure. Oh, you're not stealthy. No. Okay.
No.
Okay. I figure we maybe don't want to make ourselves known right away until we're already within their space. We're not going to announce ourselves entering, but we'll approach them without them realizing we're there just yet.
Okay.
Okay.
So sneak up on them.
As you get close to them, and Sloan sees you, he actually goes, my cur rival, Quark Masterson, you son of a bitch, you should leave now, because I don't want you snooping around my place at night. And he's giving you the get out of here eyes. Like,
Oh, Sloan, I like to take a look at and see what you have here that maybe I could...
Might be a little trouble for Quark's business.
can't you see I'm here with my two very important customers? He says again, over enunciating. You should definitely get out of here.
Oh, well, Sloan, the light was on. I thought we could talk business, maybe come to an agreement on what you are going to be carrying and maybe what I'll be carrying. And I'm saying this as I'm continuing to approach.
Well, I saw that your most recent shipment was pretty good, and my most recent shipment is okay, but there's definitely more shipment on the way if I lose this shipment.
What?
Don't know what he meant by that.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
He's nervous.
Well, Sloan, who are your friends here? And as I say that, I'm like absolutely within like 8 feet, 10, 8 feet of these people now.
These are
If you're going into business with them, maybe I might like to have a conversation myself.
Yes, he says, maybe all three of us can go into business together. And then you, I think, see him going for a sidearm or like a pistol he's got. But what do you do? Now that you're closest, I guess, to these two guys. Sly is right behind you.
Did one of the guys... Is that what one of the guys said? Is he going for a sidearm, or is Sloan going for a sidearm?
No, Sloan is going for a sidearm. Like, he's saying the three of us should go into business together, and that's his code to you. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in that case, I do that classic movie hero type thing, and I kind of do a wink and say noted, and then I swing my my light machine gun out and brandish it and point it directly at what looks to be the guy closest to Sloan. And I mean, that's probably cue enough for Sharpshooter McGee over here.
Yep.
Two-eyed Sly.
There's not really an initiative system, but these guys are kind of just hanging out, smoking, waiting for you to leave, and so they were not prepared. So go ahead and make your attack, and then Sloan will also attack, and then maybe we'll roll some dice to figure out if Sly gets a shot in before they react.
Okay. I aim to hit them center mass, and just literally like fill that guy full of lead. I'm not going to spray. I'm just like right in his chest. And so so for weapons that you know about, is that also considered a trained type thing?
No. So that is just a straight. You would be doing a shooting check plus your 2d6.
Gotcha. Okay. So just a straight shooting check. No trained. So it's just a 2d6 then.
Yep.
6, 1.
Okay.
7.
7 plus Dex plus intelligence. So 7 plus 2. So I have a 9.
Okay. So I usually that would fall in a range of like doing like half damage to this guy, but I think because you're right up next to him, it's gonna go ahead and do full damage. So roll a d8.
Roll me a d8.
6.
Okay. So you kind of blow this guy back against a wall, and he does not get back up. Let's say Sloan is going to go ahead and give an attack on the other guy with his pistol. He got an 11, and anyway, he got an 11, and pistol does a d6. So he hits this guy in the mass. He doubles over, but he does not die. So, say he takes the
takes a shit.
I don't know, because he's kind of dying. Sly, you're a trick shot. You're quick on firing at people. Go ahead and make your attack.
All right, and then I'm going to finish this guy off, shoot him in the head. One shot. So I roll.
You have shooting too.
Yeah. So 6, 2, 2. So 8
plus strength and dex. Oh, I'm sorry. 8 plus dex and intelligence.
Plus 2.
So plus 2. So 10 was his roll.
Okay. Yeah, that's full damage.
Which is a
dice 6.
3 damage.
3 damage.
Okay. He is also dead. Also, I think moving forward, if you have shooting as a trained skill, we'll treat it like a normal trained thing. So 3d6 with the 2 highest.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Do you all have trained shooting?
I don't. I only rolled 2 on mine.
Okay, cool. That all works out fine then. Okay, so these two sort of like mafia gang type dudes are dead, and Sloan goes, "Oh my God, I am so glad you showed up when you did. I don't know that these guys would have left this time. I've been trying to hold them off for the last couple of nights to get enough money together, but they just weren't having it today. But I know that now that these guys are dead, they've got another squad a few blocks away that's going to come up this way, to finish it when these two don't show back up. So that's what I was trying to tell you, that if we kill these guys, there's going to be a lot more coming. But yeah, I guess I can't ask you to do more than you've done. Maybe I'll run, but if you could help me, take down this other squad, that would be choice.
That would be choice.
Maybe there's some. I have these radiation suits. Maybe I could. Maybe I could. I've only got two, but I could probably help you construct a third one. I need some help.
Oh, we are absolutely willing to take these guys out. We have a third man outside watching out for us. We heard that this was going on. We noticed that Ichiro was spending quite a few nights over at Mama J's. But I mean, who'd you get yourself involved in? Is this the entirety of them, or is this like a part of a larger scheme?
They're just some. I mean, they're not huge. They're not like some kind of big mafia, but they call themselves the Sharks, and they've been coming around here. I'm surprised they haven't hit your business yet, but they've been asking me for money because I wouldn't sell them weapons, and so they needed to take some stuff from me. Yeah, tunnel sharks. Or was it the tunnel snakes? Or
yeah, it's the tunnel snakes.
Yeah. Yeah. They wouldn't leave me alone. They wouldn't take no for an answer, and I don't know. I got scared, so I sent my son away.
I understand. Yeah. So do you know where they might be in relation to? I mean, are they further down towards my shop, or are they the other direction?
They're the other direction. I'd say like 2 or 3 buildings, but he's expecting them to come here, and he is suggesting that you sort of set up here and just wait for them to show up and then kind of kill them that way.
Should we motion for Rex to come inside and join us, or stay at his post?
We should get Rex.
We should get Rex and have him come inside.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
because we can set up a nice little trippy trap.
Yeah. Although I would love to have a pincer type maneuver, but he might be at a bad place. Yeah. So I kind of poke my head out of the front door of the establishment and motion for Rex to kind of come inside. And then I point towards where those guys might be coming from, and be like, "We're gonna make a stand," basically.
Got it.
Man,
Rex
just like that movie, Tombstone. I'll be your Huckleberry
ever. All right, yeah. Rex walks in, and yeah, I guess we should get set up for a fight.
I grab a big slab of sheet metal.
Oh my god, are you gonna become Tachanka?
Well, I'm gonna put up a barrier.
Okay.
So this is kind of the layout of the place. Is that reversed for you guys, or can you read that?
I can read it.
Yeah, we can
read
it.
So so the home is on the left, and basically in the back of the store, and then there's the store, and then there's the little guy. I'm assuming is where Sloan is.
This is in section, by the way, so that's the floor up to the ceiling, and then.
Okay.
Over here is the door where you came in. Over here is where Sloan was. His office is behind him, and here's a convenient window up top.
Maybe
for
Rex
whoever
should
might
go up
have
there.
a rifle.
All right, so I go about maybe 2/3 of the way deep into the store and set up a slab of sheet metal leaned up against some stands or whatever. Just kind of like place it up there, and then rest my light machine gun and point it directly at the door.
Okay.
I will go, with Sloan's permission, of course, I'll go upstairs into the home. And before I get set up, I'm going to go through his fridge and find a beer. And then, like, kind of just crack open his window and, like, just barely open the blinds. And just put my, like, rifle barrel just barely. Why?
Okay.
Rex.
Sloan is fine.
I smell hops.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Are you hiding from me again?
I'm trying to get ready for a fight.
Not on me, man.
You just had moonshine. You're fine.
Okay.
So where are you going to post up? Okay.
I will. Is there a? I'm kind of picturing like a divide between like a counter, like a long counter, where there's like the merchandise behind it, sort of, and stuff like that. Is that true or is that not true?
Yeah, there's a couple of those throughout the store.
Okay.
So I built my own counter. I didn't even think that there would be other counters that you could hide behind already. But that's fine. I wanted to center myself up
like
with
a
the front door.
Goodwill where there's just like rows and rows of like counters covered in stuff, but some of them are lower. So I think what you've built for yourself is pretty good. And then you're just getting behind one of these pre-made little counter deals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So
the other alternative is that you could hide next to the doorway with your sword. But I don't know if you want to risk getting shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are sort of set up within this warehouse, and you hear this group of guys are just like yelling at each other, and like you hear the clinking of bottles, like they're pretty drunk. And they get to the outside of Sloane's warehouse, and they start yelling like, "Hey, boys, get on out here. We're calling it in for the night." Did that old probably uses a racial slang, but did he give you the money? And then there's probably no response from those two. But do you guys say anything?
No, I want to do something.
Okay.
I want to say, yeah, boss, we took care of it. We'll be out there in just 1 second. Don't worry about us. We're totally alive and right here in the middle of the store.
Hey, I told you to stop making fun of my voice. It's just like this.
Says one of the other dudes. And he actually rounds the corner first and kind of runs in there and goes, "Oh, I'm going to slap you a good one, you motherfucker."
Who has initiative in this situation? Like out of the three of us, basically. Who
right
gets to
now
shoot
they're
first?
not. I think any of the three of you, because they don't know what they're walking into, and you do.
I would say, how many of them do we think there are?
I'd say like 6.
Okay, so I would say that I would wait to completely open fire until more of them are in the doorway. So one of you.
Okay. Since I'm like, I kind of like lured him in anyways, I guess I'll go ahead and take the first shot. Like as soon as like he's opening the door and like he's starting like talking shit, I'm going to just go shoot at him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for shooting.
So I got trained shooting, so hopefully this goes well. Knock on wood. 5, 4, plus 4, 9. So do you get, oh wait, no. 5, that's 9 plus 4, 13. Okay.
Oh wait, no, you only keep the top 2, so you got 9.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's adding
his
modifier.
But you have,
Sorry,
okay.
I forgot to mention, I rolled a 5, 4, and a 2, and I kept that 5 and the 4. Okay.
Okay.
And then D10 for rifle, if I remember right?
Yes.
Which, that's like the little, this guy, right?
Yeah.
You should have a 0 on one of the sides.
Yeah, yep, okay. Just want to make sure. All right.
Which means 2.
Well, let's go. I got a 9.
Nice.
Sick. Okay. So this guy, I'm gonna give him a name and a history and a family real quick.
I feel the real impact of my murder.
His name's Paulie, but everyone calls him the Rat because he's got this high squeaky voice like this.
No rat.
Beautiful.
Hey, you know, when you do that, it makes my wife sad and also my 2 kids.
And then you
He says,
shoot him, let's say through the neck. And so he just kind of, falls over and he's dead. And there's this rifle crack through the whole building. And you hear kind of like yelling and screaming because they've just seen this guy walk into like the light coming out of the warehouse and then dies before he's even stepped inside.
It's
like,
a
holy
perfect
shit.
poetic irony that his voice is such an issue, and then he gets shot through the neck, and now his voice has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Where's Fiskett going?
God.
I don't understand.
That's
What's
this
okay.
guy gets so torn up about this, he had to get some tissues.
Oh, God. No, the cops were, I heard sirens and stuff, so I was
Oh
just
shit!
trying to...
They know what we're doing.
Shit, dude.
These kids are playing goddamn role-playing games again.
It's the
Let's
devil's
get 'em,
game.
boys.
Didn't they see the Tom Hanks classic Mazes and Monsters? Have y'all seen Mazes? I haven't seen the movie, but essentially it's like it was made by people who say that Dungeons and Dragons is for the devil, and he can't tell whether he's playing role-playing games anymore, and he gets like trapped in a sewer, and maybe he kills someone. I don't know.
I kind of want to see that now.
It's this weird anti-role-playing game movie called Mazes and Monsters. If we ever do an adventure complete giggle flicks, maybe we can do that one.
There we go.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sync up on Rabbit and watch that. That'd be fun. Okay. So these other 5 guys are going, Sloan, you best explain yourself, and they start pouring in through the warehouse thing with
I
guns out. So let's
load on that doorway.
Okay.
Now, how do you want to do this? Because I'm not going to aim at a particular person. I was just going to spray.
Yeah, let's make up a spray mechanic real quick. Okay. Roll for shooting.
Okay. So
just do like straight.
Yeah, 2d6.
5, 4.
Oh, nice. So 9 plus my dex and intelligence, which makes it a +2. So 11.
Okay. And then roll your damage, and we'll distribute that damage across like maybe 2 or 3 people.
Okay. So roll my die 8.
Die 8.
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Do you want to say that maybe for a spray, I have to divide it evenly, and then however many even divisions there are is the amount of people I hit? So like 6 would be like 2 for each person or something like
that. Yeah, we can do it that way. Or you can do 3 to 2 people or 2 to 3 people.
Gotcha. I'm probably gonna do. I want to say. It's hard enough to take the 3 to 2 people, but there's 6 people total. We've already killed 1, so there's 5 people left. Yeah, 3 to 2 people.
Okay. So these guys are like pretty badly wounded, but they're not dead. But they're gonna have a harder time this upcoming turn. How about the 3 of you roll for speed? We're gonna use that as sort of an initiative.
Oh boy.
I have a Oh yeah, I need to roll. Do you have speed as a stat? You don't. So just roll 2d6.
Can I do agility instead?
You know what? That's good too. No. Let's do speed.
Speed. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what's your modifiers for that? So strength and.
Oh, well, never mind.
Oh, that's my roll. Okay.
You said roll you.
Okay. So. Yeah, I rolled a 4 total. Oh, I have a -1. I rolled a 3.
Oof.
All right, and then mine is 3 and 5, 8.
Okay, and Rex.
So you have a +1. So you rolled a 9. You have strength and dex, so you have +2, but it's a -1. So yeah,
9.
So he rolled 9. I rolled a 3.
I got 6 plus 4 plus speed is 2, so 12 altogether.
You have speed as a learned skill?
No, I rolled 2. I got 6 and a 4. Then my speed is 2, so I get +2.
Oh, so your strength and dex equals a 2?
Is this strength and dex?
Yeah, strength and dex.
Yeah, for speed.
Oh yeah, because dex is 2. Okay, that's why. All right. Strength is 0, dex is 2. So.
Oh, you wrote down your numbers next to it. That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to go first then, Rex.
All right. So you said 3 guys went into the doorway so far, or like they went into the building?
All 5 of them are in the building, but 2 of them are sort of on the ground, wounded, and the other 3 are trying to find cover.
All right, I'm going to shoot at the one of the 3 guys that looks like he's like ready to kind of like peek up or whatever, I guess.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll for shooting. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. 6, 2, 3. So take the 6 and 3. 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay.
Okay. So I mean, even taking into account like armor and cover, that's a pretty good roll. So you hit one of these guys. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Oof. That is an 8.
Damn. Okay. So you kill one of these sharks, which are humans that are part of a gang called Sharks.
Not
real
sharks.
sharks.
Street sharks.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I take a sip
joke.
I take a sip as I eject the bullet out.
Nice. Okay, and then it's Sly is next.
All right, I will shoot the. How many shots can I lay off at once?
Well, we have a spray mechanic now.
I guess we do have a spray mechanic now, so you can, if you're like hip firing, or I mean like fanning the hammer, if it's a revolver or whatever, you can.
It's definitely
you can probably,
like an old west style revolver.
Smith & Wesson with the Pro Grip.
But I'd say like with the pistol, you're not getting off as many shots, so you can probably just target one person and like aim and pull the trigger in one turn. It's
okay, that makes sense.
Plus, like max damage you can do is 6 anyways, so you wouldn't be able to do a whole lot.
A kind of a cool
3,
suggestion for this
5
would be
so
if you
6
had
and 5, 11.
you roll an 11 plus your Dex and Intelligence.
Yeah,
so plus 2,
12, or 13.
13. An interesting suggestion here for that, which might be cool, is if you wanted to do a spray with like a single shot revolver or something like that, you would have to have speed as a learned skill, and then you roll for speed instead of just shooting.
It's a good idea.
But I also have agility.
Okay.
That could be
So go ahead and roll your d6 for damage.
5.
Okay. And who are you aiming at? Were you aiming at one of the guys that's full health or injured?
Or the one injured guy, I guess.
Yeah, the other injured guy.
Okay.
Wait, did Fiskcake shoot the other injured guy, or?
No,
he
I
shot
shot
a
a
full
full
health guy.
Oh, so there's 2 injured guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kill one of these injured guys. So there's 2 full health guys left and 1 injured guy. Each of the full health guys is next. So one of them is going to take a shot at Sly, who's behind some cover, but whoop. That is a miss, so no damage. The other guy is going to take a kind of like an improvised explosive device and chuck it at where your sheet metal thing is, Quark.
Oh, shit, okay.
And that is also going to bounce off and not hit you because both of them rolled below a 6, which is bad.
So it's just going to blow up in the shop then, I guess.
Yeah, so it's going to take out some scrap, but you're turning scrap into scrap, so...
Yeah.
There we go.
Now it's just smaller scrap.
Yeah. So then one of the injured guys is going to pull his pistol and try and fire it at Sly. Okay. That one is also not going to hit. So, and these guys are untrained, kind of.
Where's Sloan at in all this?
I imagine he's still by his office. I was going to have him standing out there to lure them in, but now that fighting has started, he's probably hiding. Yeah.
Okay.
Screaming stuff like, stop blowing up my scrap.
Let my scrap alone.
Okay, and then it's Quark.
Instead of spraying this time, I try to take out one of the you said there were 2 full health guys and 1 injured?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I try to take out one of the full health guys just because I might have the possibility to do that in a turn.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for shooting.
Okay, so roll me
2, 5.
5 plus 2, I rolled a 7.
Okay. So this one's actually going to, it's going to, like one of the bullets from your shot is going to hit him, but it's going, like you don't see a blood spray or anything, and you see that it goes into his like microwave vest that he's wearing.
Okay.
Okay, and then it's Rex, your turn again.
All right, now I'm going to shoot at one of the full health boys.
My favorite country band, the Full Health Boys.
Full health boys, featuring Wiz Khalifa. JK. So I got 5, 2, and a 3. So then I'm going to take the 5 and the 3. That's 8 plus 4 is 12.
Okay. So yeah, you go ahead and roll damage. That's a full-on hit.
All right. Oof. That is a 1.
Okay. So he like kind of gets up to move, and you shoot him right by the ear, and it spins him around, and he falls down, but he's back behind cover.
He's like, oh shit, oh Jesus, oh God, oh
I was
God.
expecting that since he rolled a 1, it would be what is it? Like his rifle jammed or some shit. But yeah.
No, he rolled a 1.
Oh no,
damage.
it's for damage.
Oh, okay.
1
That's
damage,
right.
yeah.
It's like, oh no, you spilled beer in your rifle.
Yeah. Shit, no.
I told you to share.
It's
You're
all
trying to
fizzing
like
up now.
blow in the chamber to like blow the beer out of the other end.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay. Let's see.
gonna be sticky in the morning.
Sly.
All right, I will attack the hurt guy, the other hurt guy.
Okay. Sure.
All right, it's 3, 1, 2. Jesus Christ, 5
Yeah, it's not a hit.
Plus-
Oh wait,
yeah.
plus
2. So
7.
7. Okay, this guy is not wearing armor. So it's going to be half damage for whatever you roll.
Okay. So I did 6 damage, so 3.
Okay. Since he was already injured, that's enough to get that guy out of the game. There's one full health guy, and then one guy who's missing an ear, and that's kind of all that's left. But the earless guy is going to fire his assault rifle. So before he threw the explosive, now he's going to fire an assault rifle at for Sly is. Okay. What kind of armor are you wearing?
The microweave.
What's your dex?
2.
So it's a 3.
Okay. So he hits you, but he does half damage. So you take 2 damage.
Oh shit!
And it probably like hits you across the shoulder.
Our first injury. Oh shit!
Pour
some moonshine on it.
Well, again, tetanus, rust.
That's true.
Let's see. And then the other guy is going to just fire his pistol at where Quark is hiding. And he is also... What kind of armor are you wearing? What's your AC when you add the...
So I have molded carbon.
Okay, so it's just 2.
Yeah.
So he's also going to hit for half damage, and it's for pistols. So it's 1 damage.
So you just did damage to my my molded carbon, or
to you. So it works the same way that armor in D&D does, in that you have an armor class, but that doesn't.
You rolled
change.
a 3 total. Oh, sorry. You're saying that he rolled a 3 total for damage, but because
he rolled a 4 for damage. Okay, so the armor gets added in whenever you hit someone. So like, I rolled a what did I roll? Just now, I already put my dice away. So I rolled a 9, and you have a 2 AC.
Okay.
So then I subtract that 2 from the 9
became
that
a
I
7.
rolled.
Okay.
Yeah, which is still on the half damage spectrum.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I took 1 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I have 9 now.
Yeah. Okay, and then it's Rex again.
Did Quark go?
You go first.
Oh, no. Quark goes. You're right. I'm sorry.
Quark. Okay.
Yeah, because you go after the guys.
All right. So there's just the 2 full health guys. Let me think here. So the one guy who's behind cover, is he fully behind cover?
I mean, they're kind of moving around and stuff, but so far it hasn't been an issue of being able to shoot at them. So.
Okay, I tried to shoot the guy behind the assault rifle guy because he has armor, or maybe I should just try to take out the guy who's weakest. I'll shoot the guy with the pistol.
Okay.
So roll me, Matt.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
6.
Oh,
12.
I rolled a 12 plus
Shit, dude.
Sweet.
plus 2, so I rolled a 14.
Nice. Yeah, that is most damage. So
That's actually the highest I could ever roll.
nice. I don't have a crit mechanic, but if I had one, oh boy. Since he's let's see what you roll for damage, and then
Okay.
What's your damage?
8.
maybe we'll fluff those numbers.
6.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, he's dead. Cool. I can sell that. So there's just an earless boy, and Rex, it's your turn.
All right. Gonna go for in between the ears this time, hopefully.
We're gonna have to change your bumper sticker to 2 shots, 1 kill.
Got 5, and a 3, so I'm gonna take the 2 5s. So for a total of 14.
Change it to you'll lose an ear and then you'll lose your life.
If you run, you'll just die deaf.
Oh, that's a little bit better.
You won't even hear me coming the second time.
The second time. I rolled a 7 for damage.
All right, he's dead. So congratulations for the slaughter in the warehouse. Sloan kind of like comes out from where he was hiding, and he goes, "Oh God, yeah, I can't imagine they'll come back too quickly after this." And I can't express how happy I am for what you've done. I can bring my son home.
So in the middle of a sentence, I'm already over my my barricade and am actively searching them for bits of stuff to take. Like I'm taking all their guns, unless somebody wants one, and all of their equipment and anything that I can get off of them.
So everyone had pistol. Well, okay. Yeah, let's say everyone's got like a pistol, and then the one guy's got an assault rifle.
So what is that, like 6 pistols and then an assault rifle?
5. The guy with an assault rifle does not also have a pistol.
Well, what about that guy who we shot first who came in? Was he just a leader with no weapon?
There were only 6 guys total.
6 guys total. Assault rifle man did not have a pistol.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
math.
5 pistols and then 1 assault.
Okay.
Yeah.
You dumb
any other equipment? Like they just have a bunch of microwaves. Is any of that salvageable?
Let's say there's 2 IUDs or IEDs. Sorry, IUD is a different thing.
Oof.
Improvised explosive device. Like, they're kind of like just homemade grenades.
Yeah,
So
like
you
pipe
find
bombs or
2
something like that. Yeah.
homemade grenades on these guys. The microwave is kind of shot through, so you can't salvage a whole lot of this armor. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that works. So just 2 improvised explosives and 5 pistols and an assault rifle.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody want these explosives? This is a one-time deal. In the moment.
Actually, I'll take one of those grenades just for fun. You never know when I need a grenade.
Now I have 1.
1 grenade. Brilliant. Can't wait to get in trouble with that. I can't wait to teach some more teens some hard lessons.
Yeah,
Let's
go up
go.
to a teen and like pull the pin and still holding it, like put it in his mouth and be like, "Are you coming back here? Are you gonna come back here?"
All right, now what the fuck do I do with this? Oh God.
Oh shit! What did I just do?
Now where did I put the pin?
Oh God.
Can you even put the pin back in? It's one of those
so.
you pull it and that's it, right?
The pipe bombs?
No, for a grenade.
Oh no, you can put the pins back in the grenade as long as you close it.
Sick.
Yeah, all right, there we go.
There you go. The more you know. All right, sick.
We're
So
heroes.
I've effectively looted these guys.
Yeah.
And I approach Sloan and say, "We'll talk over the details for maybe some more lucrative business between the 2 of us."
Okay, and don't forget, I owe you guys some radiation suits.
Oh,
So
right, yeah, the radiation suits.
If you come back in the morning, I'll have those sort of like patched up and ready to go. And I've only got 2. I need some more parts for a 3rd one, but we can figure that out next time.
Okay, sounds
By
good.
next time, he means tomorrow, and by next time, I mean next time.
There we go.
Butternut and Celty, you guys just came at the very, very end, but thank you for coming in at all.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Ooh, we have viewers.
Viewers.
2.
Cool. All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
I like the world building, and I like kind of the haphazard vibe of everything.
Yeah, no, this was fun. It feels a lot more collective. Like anything that I don't know about the world, you guys can fill in, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's fun.
A lot of fun.
I like it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And
yeah.
then I don't know if there's any rules in here that you wanted to add to your current list of your current working book of knowledge. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So next time we'll be in 2 weeks. And what time when does this podcast go live on the podcast apps and stuff like that?
On YouTube, it's up by next Saturday by noon, and also the same thing for the podcast itself.
Okay, so for those of you who are listening or watching on any of the other devices, you can catch us the weekend after this was uploaded, basically.
Which is
The 28th. Oh,
Well,
sorry.
Yeah, the 28th is when it's going live. We'll be role playing again live on the 5th of May.
55555.
And this show, Adventure Complete, is on its own feed now called Adventure Complete. So
Yes.
be sure to subscribe to that. And hey, maybe leave us a review.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Review us on iTunes. Share with your friends and family. Share with your animals. Share
Yeah.
with people.
My sister was watching for part of this, which is super fun.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's cool. All right,
Thanks, Adam, sister.
Do we want to kind of tell people where they can find us then? Biscuit?
Well, you can find Rogue Rage Gaming at Rogue Rage
Yeah,
Gaming.
I know.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do streaming 5 days a week. Upload YouTube videos sometimes. You can catch my Twitch at twitch.tv/Fistcake. YouTube is youtube.com/c/fistcake. And I tweet sometimes at the Fistcake.
All right. You can find us at Neanderthal Gaming TV on both YouTube and Twitch. And you can follow us on Twitter at NeanderthalGTV. Now, Adam, you want to tell the people about what you got going
on? Sure. So 2 things. In Chicago here, I play guitar in a death metal band called the Final Dissent. So if you live in Chicago and you listen to the show and you also like death metal, and I don't know if anyone's in that Venn diagram, but we're playing a show on May 26th. So about a month from now. So if you're in the area and are interested, check us out. Again, the name of the band is Final Dissent, and Dissent is spelled like Dissent. You can find us on Facebook, and we have a website. And the other thing I do is I write short fiction at the Entropic Press, which is up on the screen right now. You can find me on Etsy and Facebook with the label Entropic Press. So check some of that out. I finally sold some to people I don't know, and I think it's probably through the podcast. So
awesome.
Nice.
That's great.
There we go.
That's perfect. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching and for hanging out, and we'll see everyone next time.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
They're at the bottom.